From the football field in Washington to the pages of a children's book, our next guest has built a legacy that goes far beyond professional football, using his platform to encourage confidence, character, and big dreams in kids everywhere. Joining us now is four-time Pro Bowler, former Washington football standout, and now a children's book author, Ken Harvey. Welcome. Great to see you.
Thank you very much. Thanks to be glad to be here.
Yeah, always great to see you. I say now an author, but you've written
I've written a couple of them.
Yeah, you've been on before to talk about other books. Yeah, but you've got this new book, Fridge Bowl, The Big Game.
Yep.
Tell us about this. Why the fridge?
Well, I mean, look, why the fridge? It's characters you know, right?
Yeah.
You could be disarming, but you can tell a story. So you can talk about football, you can talk about life, you can talk about different situations, but if you use the characters in the refrigerator, it's a little bit more easy for kids to understand and deal with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And let me just take it back one step. I mean, everyone knows you at this big, tough linebacker. You've written a bunch of books, but what made you want to dabble into children's books?
You know, I remember when I was a kid, I had a teacher read to me, and it took me to a place I'd never been before, and I'm like, wow, this is great. And as adults, our job is to plant seeds for little kids. Now, there's so many seeds and different type of seeds planted. There's some negative, there's some bad seeds, and hopefully just writing a book is a good thing. And my first children's book I did because I wanted my boys to see themselves as a character. But this is now, it's become a hobby and a habit of writing children's books, and hopefully parents will spend time with their kids and read a story, and that's kind of what's missing a lot, is that time together.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially with social media. Yeah. It's too easy to use technology instead of just good old-fashioned.
Technology will give it to you, and you don't have to think about it. Sitting with a child and reading a book to them and them enjoying the story, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it's lovely. In this book, you have yourself as a character that's an egg.
Yeah.
Why an egg?
I don't know. I think I got some psychological issues, but I mean, it's like an egg. If it's boiled in hot water, it becomes hard. You know, sometimes in life things make you hard, and it change you a little bit.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it stops you from being who you are and what you really are. So maybe that's the reason I have myself as an egg.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. What's the message, without giving it all away, because we want people to go out there and get this book, but what's the overall kind of message?
You know, ultimately, it's a football game, and ultimately, it's about, believing in yourself, teamwork, and just keeping at it. Sometimes it's easy to give up. Sometimes it's hard to believe in yourself, and sometimes it's hard to understand that alone, you probably can't do it, but together as a team, Commanders, together as a team, you can win a game. So there you go. There
we go. We want to talk about the Commanders. So first, real quick, before we get to that, are there any other, you are in this book as a character, are there any other players, football players in this book?
Yeah, I actually put Charles Mann, Art Monk, who was it, Sweet Pea.
Daryl Green?
Daryl Green's not in this one.
Oh, okay.
Part of the problem is you got to ask people for permission, because as you write the characters and you do stuff to the characters, they're like, hey, why am I doing that?
Yeah, so, why am I broccoli head?
And so there's one character that I had as broccoli, and it would have been good as Saquon Broccoli. Okay, right. But I could have got sued.
Yeah,
right?
let's keep it. Yeah, let's keep it real. Let's not get sued.
So you have people, and then I'm hoping that as I do more books of this in the refrigerator, that I can use other players and just throw them in there if they want to be in there.
I'm sure they want to partner with you. I'm sure. You mentioned Commanders. We've got you here, so we got to ask. We got to ask. What are your hopes for next year, for next season?
You know, the big hope is that they get back on path. Like the first year was amazing, right? And everybody was excited. Sometimes you have a dip, you have to make adjustments, and then the adjustments they make is now it's just rebuilding. It's like we need to find the right personalities to fit what this team needs. And like most teams, it becomes like the environment that you play in. You know, we're the Washington Commanders. This whole DC metro area is kind of chaotic. The team was chaotic, so hopefully the team can set the example for what the area needs to be like.
Yeah, Ken, you can always say we. You are part of that. Now, where can people find your book?
Amazon.
Amazon.
You go on Amazon. It's kind of the easy way to do it. Is Amazon. Look for the Fridge Bowls or Football in the Fridge. either one.
All
and
right.
it should pop up.
All right, Ken, thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you.
great to see you. Come back again soon.
Thank you very much.
And you can find Ken's new book, Fridge Bowl, The Big Game, on Amazon. And be sure to follow him on Instagram at CreativeKRH.